Today I'm going to talk about problem solving and mental health. Do you ever ask yourself, could I get along better with people? Do you have trouble because you feel defensive or frustrated? You feel like people are walking all over you, or you have difficulty managing your emotions? Well, these are all issues that deal with our mental health. And I'm going to give you 3 tips to help improve your mental health. The first one is to be thoughtful. Don't be clueless about your mental health. Think about it. For example, is negative thinking making your mental health bad? Or are you realizing that if you have the same problem with several people, you're the common denominator? We need to be thoughtful about our mental health. Now, I have a lot to say about this because I suffered from depression most of my life. And the very first step to getting healthy was to take responsibility for it. This wasn't something that was happening to me. I was part of the problem, and I needed to take steps to improve things. Now, my mental health was not the whole reason I was depressed. Depression is also a physical health issue and a spiritual health issue, but the mental health part was part of it. Now, this can be tough because poor mental health can cause us to feel so sad and out of control. But I want you to realize that no matter where you are on the spectrum, you can make a change or an improvement to your mental health. This leads to my second point, how to improve your mental health, is to be intentional. The direction of your life is up to you. You can take intentional steps to make it what you want to be. We need to be proactive as we interact with people and not reactive. That's being intentional. Taking care of yourself, that's being intentional. And taking ownership of your resilience and your work ethic, that's intentional. Now, no one cares about your life as much as you do. And no one can help yourself as much as you can. You can improve your mental health. There are lots of resources. I wrote a book called So Now What? There are many, many books to help with your mental health. There are podcasts to listen to, YouTube channels that have lots of good videos. You can talk to friends or counselors or join groups. There are lots of ways to intentionally improve your mental health. And the third way to improve your mental health, besides being thoughtful and being intentional, is to get some mental health skills, to learn these skills. I'm going to talk about 3 of them. One is personal boundaries. The second one is not taking things personally. And the third skill is to manage your emotions. So I'm going to first talk about personal boundaries. That's about when to say yes and how to say no when people ask you things. It's about what is you and what is not you. Personal boundaries help me a lot distinguish what I'm responsible for in a relationship and what the other person is responsible for in the relationship. I cannot recommend enough you learning about personal boundaries. That will help your mental health. The second skill is to not take things personally. Now, that might seem like a revolutionary idea to some of you. That might seem crazy, like how can I not take things personally? But it is a skill you can learn. Learning to not take things personally improves your mental health. There will always be people who disagree with you. There will always be people that think you're wrong. And when you chase after what other people think, that's bad for your mental health. It's like you're confused all the time because you don't know what's right. You need to trust yourself. Be open to new ideas. Always learn and don't take things personally. And the third skill to improve your mental health is to manage your emotions. I will argue that no one can make you feel a certain way, that all of our emotions are our choice. Now that is really good news because you can be happy and joyful even if those around you aren't. When you manage your emotions, your mental health improves. Managing your negative thoughts, your frustration, your anger, your fear, your guilt, your sadness, your shame. Managing those are key to good mental health. Now, I want you to know that your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So make sure you spend time strengthening it, just like you would strengthen a muscle. And feed it right, just like you feed your body. And give your mental health rest, just like you give your body rest. How do you improve your mental health? Be thoughtful, be intentional, and work on your mental health skills. Be well.